Lanier National Raceway. Ladies and gentlemen, home tonight to the midget race cars, and here on LSRTV, as we have the Western States Dwarf Car Association racing a little bit of midget action here, as we'd like to say hello and welcome sim racing fans here tonight's LSRTV, your home for sim racing. Myself, Brandon Kreutz, and Cody Wooten behind the cameras here tonight, and it should be a very good show, as we've got a few minutes left in practice here. These guys will head into time trials and have a little bit of heat racing action for everybody here tonight. So should be a good show here tonight. It's a really good program scheduled here for tonight, and we've got a lot of drivers out on track so far. As of right now, the times that I'm expecting to see, the fast time in practice so far tonight is held by Ryan Winter. He's got a 13.659, and I imagine this high groove is going to be the fastest pretty much all night tonight, unless these guys really get to wearing this thing out. But I do expect that these guys will be running up there. Of course, it's a pretty small tire race car, but very small race car in itself, really. About half the size of a full-size non-wing sprint car. So these guys, going to be ripping these things around. They've got 600cc motors, and I believe these are actually 4-cylinder motors in these cars that iRacing has. They use SAC-sanctioned cars, so ripping these things around here. A lot of power and well, not that much weight. So should be really interesting here tonight. These guys going to go out here and hopefully some good, clean racing action on the night. Should be rounding out practice here in about 3 or 4 minutes or so. So these guys pretty good so far. I think some times to watch out for. You got Ryan Winter up top and Ryan Ziotti up at the top of the board as well. 13.723 in practice so far for him. So I do notice that as the track wears down, a lot of these times have gotten quite a bit slower, which is expected, as I imagine those first few laps are probably run right around the bottom of the racetrack, and now that that's starting to slick off a little bit, these guys will slowly graduate to the top of the racetrack, and I'm sure build a little bit of a cushion up there up top. So again, we would like to thank everybody for coming out here tonight, live at the Lanier National Speedway, or I believe the Lanier Raceplex as it's called now. Newly renamed as of about 1 or 2 years ago now. Former home to a lot of the NASCAR All-American Series events, and iRacing took it and they laid some clay over the top of it, and now we're here racing tonight. So I noticed a pretty good crowd here watching so far tonight, and again, expecting a really good show here. You are watching the Western States Dwarf Car Association. This is the COVID-19 Invitational, of course, a worldwide pandemic that everybody is suffering through. We're all in this together, and we got to have a little bit of fun here, as we don't really have much of the real-world racing at the moment, but we've got it all locked away here in the world of iRacing. And of course, a big shout out to iRacing Motorsport Simulations, as they are the #1 source for sim racers all over the world. If you're not a member yet, you can head over to iRacing.com, and they've always got some really cool promotions going on and some really cool discount packages for if you're just starting to first get into iRacing. They can go over onto the spec section of the website. They do recommend some different computer brands, and they've got some different companies that they work with that are sponsored with the sim that can get you all set up with some awesome racing gear and get you out on track as soon as possible. So again, iRacing Motorsport Simulations, the #1 source for sim racers all over the world. So just a few seconds left of qualifying here, and we'll be ready to rock and roll for time trials. Time trials up on the clock right now. These guys will get 5 minutes to turn some laps out here. Single car qualifying out here tonight. So looking for the first set of times to go up on the board here very shortly. Of course, some quick times around the linear raceplex. As we look at the different drivers, you can catch the name and the number down on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen to see who's out on track right now. So we've got a few guys heading out to turn times. First time's up on the board so far, Darren Brown, 15:317. So far, the time to beat, we've got a few guys turning times right now. Now Mark A. Hansen down at the top of the board. Mark Hansen with a 15:090. Now Ryan Winter taking top time, 14:965. Ryan Ziatse up at the top of the board now, 14:847. 14:847 for that 50-17. Coming around for lap number 2 now, and it's going to be a little bit slower. These guys get 4 laps to try to turn the fast one here tonight. One thing I'm hearing from a lot of these guys is they're out for single car qualifying is these guys are pretty hard on the rev limiters, the rev chips heading down into the corners, which indicates that they're trying to get as much power off these corners as they possibly can. Would like to point out Ryan Winter now, top of the board, 14:766. 14:766 for Ryan Winter. So Winter knocking Diate off at the top of the board. As these guys will have just about 2 minutes left in qualifying. It does look like almost everybody has turned a lap here. Some guys still out on the track right now. As looking at Toby Brown in the 75 car. He just finished all 4 laps, and he'll be about middle range for him. And, no problem here at Lanier. This place can get really racy, top to bottom. So I do expect to see a couple of these guys starting in the latter half of the top 10 eventually be able to make their way up towards the fronts, as there is plenty of opportunity for passing at Lanier. Just about 1 minute left here in time trials, as about 30 seconds now. So then we'll be able to get to heat racing action. Heat race formats here tonight. It'll consist of 10 laps forward to the feature, and we will be running a consolation race if we have to. So as of right now, it'll be 10 laps, 4 cars transfer over to the feature. And we will have a consolation if we need it. 5-minute warm-up in between the consolation and the feature. So as time runs out here on time trials, we are going to switch things over to heat races. And these guys will get lined up and ready to go here down on the grid. we see that iRacing official Chevrolet Silverado pace truck down there trackside, ready to pick up the field as we'll get 2 pace laps around this beautiful racetrack here, and these guys will get ready and get set to go green. You'll see the starting lineup flash on the screen before you. That will indicate the starting lineup per heat race here at the beginning of each heat. Looks like right now we've got Ryan Winter starting on pole, Josh Young next to him. That'll make up your front row. Those will be the guys in charge of the drop of the green here on heat race number 1. So the field rolls off, they'll get stacked up, doubled up, and ready to go green flag racing for the first time of the night. Of course, after this broadcast is done here, folks, we still got a good amount of racing ahead of us, but we did actually have one other broadcast here on the night, so please feel free to go back and watch that. Be sure to like our stuff and subscribe. It really does mean a lot to us. It helps us out quite a bit, and we do appreciate all of the viewers for tuning in every night, and we really do appreciate all of the support. If you want more information on LSRTV, be sure to head over to livesimracing.com for all the information. Pace car is in. Ladies and gentlemen, we're green flag for the first time of the night. Down into corner number 1, Ryan Winter up top. Josh Young trying to make it happen there. Up and almost up and over goes that 17. He manages to collect it. Unbelievable how he saved that race car. Brandon Wiley down low in that 11 machine now, trying to make that bottom side work. We know that the high side has the momentum. Your leader, Ryan Winter, currently ripping that high side, but Brandon Wiley down there in the second position, proving that that bottom side can work. He's got company from behind him now. One car up top, or trying to make his way up top. Looks like, looks like that'll be Camden up there in that 25 car. Making it work, almost 3 wide there for that second position. Now, look out, here comes the 25 up top of the 17. He's going to clear that time for P2. Already about halfway down, halfway to race here as they come out of quarter number 4 this time around. With a halfway signal at the flag stand, 10-lap heat races here. Ryan Winter ripping that high side out front, building that cushion up as we know that is the preferred line at this very moment. We've seen that 25 machine take second place away, but don't look now. Here comes the 17 trying to slow roll that bottom. Almost made it work that time. You really got to be easy on the throttle down there in order to make it work. So all of these guys pretty much singled out around the racetrack right now. Not too much battling for position, and of course this doesn't entail what the rest of the racing will be. So where these drivers qualified is where they lined up in the heats. We're going to be coming around following Ryan Winter. He'll be coming out of turn 4 to take the white flag this time by. Ryan Winter, I've been told, is one to watch out for here in these midget cars, and obviously proving that he is one of the fastest out here in the field tonight. It's him along with a couple others that we've seen in time trial. Now down at a quarter number 4, your heat race number 1 winner. It's going to be the number 5, Ryan Winter. 25 car going to come down out of quarter number 4. He's going to finish second. Josh Young in the 17 going to finish third. Fourth back there is Brandon Wiley. That rounds out your top 4. Heat race number 2 going to be coming up on the line. This heat race number 2 of 4 on the grid now. Again, your starting lineup will flash on the screen in front of you. The field's getting stacked up and ready to go here. Crews getting the cars out onto the track. And wanted to give a shout out to the organization putting these races on, as I'm already having fun out here, and I hope the rest of the crowd is also. Western States Dwarf Car Association putting on all these races out here tonight. So far we've seen some really fast drivers out here and some really good racing. Looks like Ryan Ziate going to be leading the field to the green flag here for heat race number 2. Zachary Cornell going to be to his outside as these guys get stacked up, doubled up, and ready to go green flag racing for heat race number 2 on the night. It comes down the back straightaway. Pace truck should make its way down into the safety of pit lane this time by. Make that hard left turn into the infield. It's going to be the 57, Ryan Ziate, leading the field to the drop of the green flag. They're on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air. Down out of corner number 2. Ziate ripping that high side, getting awfully close to that outside wall. The 14 behind him. Cornell and the 32 behind them. It's going to be 3 cars under a blanket. All have their eyes set on that number 1 position. Ziate starting to pull away already. A little bit further back, Cody Peters back there in that 30 machine. He's trying to hang on to the 4th spot. Ren Johnson going to almost look low that last time by in the 88. Wants to take that position away from him. Not quite going to get there this time by. Everybody starting to single out already. These guys ripping a high side here at Lanier is just as we expected. Laps tick off pretty quick. Already 6 to go this time at the line. As we may have a battle for second starting to unfold, or I thought so. It looked like that the 32 got a little bit squirrely that last time out of quarter number 2. So these guys all looking for grounds on the racetrack. And of course, looks like, all these guys going to be where they finish in their heats will decide where they start in the feature. I don't think there's any input for this feature event, so you want to gain all the positions that you possibly can. Already 4 laps to go on the heat. Ryan Ziate pulled away from the rest of the field. He's already got a 1.134 second lead over the rest of these guys, and this time at the line it will be even more. So all of these guys having a hard time keeping up with the Ryans here tonight, so it seems. Ryan Ziate going to be pulling away from everybody here. Apologize for the mispronunciation there, folks. 57 car already on the white flag. He'll be making his way through quarters number 3 and 4 this time by your heat race number 2 winner on the night, 57, Ryan Ziate. Coming across the line second, it's going to be 14, Nick Velasquez. Again, I apologize for any name mispronunciations. It was kind of a last-minute thing here for me to be here tonight. Didn't have a great opportunity to run through all of the names, but we are trying to make it work. So, heat race number 3 up on the board right now. Your starting lineup will flash on the screen. Looks like Brandon Shaw on the 00 going to be leading these guys to the green flag. Ryan Plexco starting behind or next to him on the outside. That'll be your front 2 drivers and the control cars here for the initial green. Pace car going to make its way down into the safety of pit lane, this time by Shaw. Going to be leading the field to the green flag for heat race number 3 of 4 on the night. Pace car is in, green flag is out. They're on the throttle once again. Down into corner number 1 now. Big slide up the racetrack for that 00 machine. Wanted to ensure that he had the lead there. Heading down into corner number 1. Justin Winter down low in the 23, trying to make that bottom side work, as he's going to have company behind him. That 812 is getting real big in that rear view if these cars had one. Gonna try to stick his nose underneath now, and it's gonna be side by side for the second position. Drag race down into corner number 1. He's gonna try for the slide job. He's gonna be able to pull it off, and he's gonna be able to make it stick down off of corner number 2. Now down through corners number 3 and 4. It looks like not quite able to get there was Winner that time around. He's just got to make that bottom side stick. He's trying all over the racetrack to try to find a little bit of tack that there may be left down there, as all of these guys are searching around the racetrack right now. Already, Brandon Shaw out to a pretty significant lead, over 1 second, well, over 1.5 seconds now, as he comes to take halfway this time by, halfway down, halfway to race, as the 00 machine is showing some true speed out here tonight and running a pretty unique line, starting bottom and drifting all the way up to the high side of the racetrack, but it is proven to work here so far in this heat. Justin Winter still hanging on to that second position in the 23 machine now. Oh, car up, almost upside down on the 3. Is going to be able to get it rolling again, or almost. As Ryan Plexco is going to have to get that car off the racetrack, and that he does. So tough break for him in this heat race. These guys battling it out for the second position. Now 812 out front. 23 behind. Now down low goes Winner. Gilcrease going to be rocking that high side now. And he's going to be able to make a stick for P2. Brandon Shaw already coming around. He's got the white flag in hand. Now coming down out of corner number 2 down the back straightaway. This time around, it's going to be grabbing the heat race win as long as he can make a stick, and that he does. Heat race number 3 winner, Brandon Shaw, 00. Justin Winter looks like he's going to not quite be able to edge. Dennis Gilcrease is going to be stealing that second place away. Justin Winter is going to be your top 3. Heat race number 4. And the final heat race of the night is going to be lining up on track now. And it looks like it's going to be Cody Spencer leading these guys to the green as the control car for the beginning of heat race number 4. To his outside, Mark Hansen in the 79. Those guys are going to be your front row here on the night. Sean Whitney going to be starting in P4. Richie Luker going to be starting in position number 3. So those will be your first 2 rows here in heat race number 4. These guys will do another pace lap around. We'll get to green flag racing action for heat race number 4. As the field crawls down the back straightaway, Pace Truck's going to be pulling into the infield this time around. Again, Cody Spencer in that 24 machine going to be leading these guys to the green flag. He is the control car. He's on the throttle. Green flag is in the air for heat number 4. Down out of corner number 2, this time by lap number 1 of 10. Spencer's got company already. Mark Hansen in the 79 trying to make it stick up high. Lost a little bit of momentum there down off of corner number 4. He's going to try it again. These guys are ripping right against the wall here. That's the fast lane around this place. One up and around back there. Couldn't quite catch the number. We stay green. Cody Spencer in the 24 keeping on his toes here. Mark Hansen's going to be right behind Tim even still, but it looks like Spencer is starting to pull away just a little bit. Battle back there for the third position. Luker up on the high side. Chase Osborne down low in the 2. Not quite able to make it stick down there. He's going to flip up to the high side now. These guys all mostly spread out around this place already, but laps ticking by quick as we've got 6 to go this time at the line. Cody Spencer still out front. Spencer out front currently with quite a good lead on all these guys so far. Lap times, of course, starting to fall off quite a bit since heat race number 1 even. These guys really starting to wear out that top side, but as this cushion begins to build, these guys rim riding right against that outside wall. Right where you want to be. You've got to be so consistent up there, especially your right rear. It'll just suck you right around if you make any contact with that concrete. Already making his way around a lap car now. It's going to be that 24 machine, your current leader, Cody Spencer. He's going to do a little bit of slider action up in front of that 21 machine. Mark Hansen still lurking back there, but it looks promising for Spencer and that 24 team to get the heat race win here tonight. Already 2 laps to go. Down off of corner number 4 this time. It's going to be white flag in the air for the 24 team, Cody Spencer. The field's pretty much spread out now, and looks like it'll be nice clean sailing for Spencer in that 24. Now down the back straightaway through corners number 3 and 4. Just needs a clean corner here. Heat race number 4 winner on the night, 24, Cody Spencer. Coming home in that second spot's going to be Mark Hansen. Richie Luker going to be finishing it out off corner number 4. In that third position, Chase Osborne finishing 4th, and Mike Long going to be in that 5th spot. Consolation time. This is the last chance race. It's going to be 8 cars advancing from the consolation race to the feature events here, and this is where we see all the action. The guys, it's their last opportunity to make it into the main show here tonight. So it does look like Ryan Martinez is going to be leading the field to the drop of the green flag here in the consolation events. Ren Johnson going to be starting to his outside. That's your front row. Looks like Ryan Plexico going to be starting back there in that 4th spot. Mike Long starting, or in the 3rd spot rather. Mike Long starting in 4th. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be the number 99, Michael Curry. Lights are out up on top of the iRacing official pace truck this time around, indicating 1 lap until we get the green flag. It'll be making its way down into the safety of the infield, down off of pit road. And that'll be hammered down for Ryan Martinez. He's your control car here for the initial start. The field in hand, stacked up, doubled up, ready to go. Green flag racing, consolation style on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air. Down at a corner number 2, this time by 88's got company. They're almost 3 wide back there for the 2nd position. Now it could be a potential battle for the lead up front as we've got the 3 car down low. Ryan Plexico trying to take it away from Martinez. It's the Ryan and Ryan show up front right now. 3 car down low trying to gain ground. Looks like he's going to be your new leader coming down off corner number 4 this time. Or last time around, I'm sorry. Now this time out of corner number 4, he's going to continue to lead the event, and looks like Martinez is going to end up falling off just a little bit there. Again, that 3rd position, we saw the battle for 3rd going on back there. Michael Grenhardt going to be taken away. That Marco Curry going to fall back to the 4th spot, and 5th so far is Sean Whitney. So looks like it's clean sailing for all of these guys up front so far. No need to push it because all of these guys, as long as they're within the top 8, are in the show. Looks like current transfer spot is Mike Long. He's actually sitting in the pits right now, but he is holding on to that 8th position so far. But of course, he will probably end up losing that as guys are out on track right now. Now transfer spot goes to Darren Brown in car 11. Focusing back up front. Ryan Plexico out on front still so far. This is a 12-lap race. They're 8 laps in right now. Already coming up to a little bit of lap traffic here. The 3's going to try to navigate down low, and we know it is very, very slick down there. Got to be really easy on the throttle and let the car roll through the corners and kind of let it do its thing down there. Though they got small race cars, these guys still use plenty of stagger on these things. So just like a full-size sprint car, these guys, using the little bit of stagger there in that right rear, bigger right rear tire gives these guys a little bit more ability to rotate these cars through the corners. Coming for 2 laps to go this time buys the 3, Ryan Plexico. Looks like Ryan Martinez still hanging back there in 2nd. The Ryan and Ryan show up front there for a couple of laps. And hanging there in 3rd is going to be Michael Grenner. White flag already in the air for the 3 team. Now, one more clean corner, and he will be locked into your main events here. Your consolation race winner is going to be 3, Ryan Plexico. Ryan Martinez finishing 4th. Grenard finishing 3rd. Curry going to be finishing 4th. Whitney 5th. Bellastrini going to be finishing in that 5th spot. 6th is going to be Troy Stevenson. 7th, Darren Brown. It looks like Ren Johnson, I believe, maybe finishing in that 8th spots. So these guys will have a 5-minute warm-up session before feature racing starts. All the guys that are locked into the 8 main will get to do a little bit of warm-up laps here. A lot of laps put on the track. So as these guys push through warm-ups, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll catch you guys when we come back.
They say everything is bigger. These guys down in Texas aren't messing around. This feature race will separate the boys from the men, the girls from the ladies. Can you handle racing 300 laps for $25,000? It's not as easy as you think. We don't stop to tow those too weak. We just push them out of the way. We don't run 20 laps. We run 300 each night. We don't care about what you and your boys have under the hood. Bring all you got. Don't be scared. Call my Cowboy Jack today to get signed up. It all goes down on October 2nd and 3rd in Mesquite, Texas, just outside of Dallas. Kenny Wallace is coming back this year to try again. You don't have excuses. Go to LoneStar600.com now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to LSRTV, your home for sim racing. As we're ready to go feature racing time here tonight at Lanier, as we've got a stellar field of drivers tonight. We're going to be really fast here. And again, shout out to Western States Dwarf Car Association for putting on these events here tonight. We've already been through 4 heat races. We've been through a Consolation. Now it's feature racing time for 40 laps around the short clay oval. Your starting lineup will flash on your screen as these guys get set here. Your pole sitter are going to be Ryan Winter. Ryan Ziotti going to be starting next to him. Brandon Shaw in row number 2 on the inside. Row 2 on the outside is going to be Cody Spencer. Row 3. It's going to be outside Nick Velasquez, and I apologize. I'm having some technical issues with my starting grid here in my timing, so did the best I can with everything. My equipment has not been on my best side here tonight, including with the broadcast that we did earlier, so trying to get everything worked out. The field rolls now, ladies and gentlemen. You had an opportunity to grab your snack, grab your drinks, and now we sit down and get ready to watch some hard-nosed short track racing action. The Dirt Midgets here out here at Lanier for 40 laps in the feature. Lights are out up the top of the iRacing official Chevy Silverado pace truck, which indicates we'll be going green flag racing this time by Ryan Winter on the inside, Ziotti to his outside. These two have been proven to be really fast. The Ryan and Ryan show up front. 5:57. Pace car is in. They're on the throttle. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Field's coming down to complete lap number 1 this time by Ryan Winter. Still has control of the field. They're stacking up behind them. We stay green so far. Battle for that second position now. Caution flag flies on the speedway. We've got one car upside down, Mark Hansen. Go back on LSRTV replay to see what happens. These guys all look like they stacked up 3, 4, almost 5 wide at one point. Contact between the 24 and the 23 triggered that whole deal, and nowhere for a lot of these guys to go. And Mark Hansen, unfortunately, showed speed all night so far. He's going to go up and over. Same thing with Richie Luker taking a wild ride down there into corner number 1, up into the outside catch fence. Hard hits there on lap number 2 of the night. Still going to be the 5, Ryan Winter out front. A little bit of change up here. Josh Young in the 17 managed to finagle that second position away from Ryan Ziotti. Justin Winter going to be sitting there in that 4th spot. Rounding out the top 5 is going to be Brandon Wiley. The field getting ready to go back. Green flag racing this time by Delaware style start. 5 out front. Green flag is back in the air. Down through corners number 1 and 2. It's going to be almost 3 wide there for the lead. Side by side for second now. Now looks like we've got 3 cars looking for the same position out on track. We're all searching for real estate out here. Very, very racy from top to bottom of this racetrack right now. All of these guys powered down into corner number 3. Now down into corner number 4. Big battle for that 3rd spot right now. Potential battle for the lead shaping up out front now. Also, Ryan Winter trying his best to keep off Ziotti behind him. But Ziotti's really starting to sneak up there. They both ripping that high side right up against the concrete. as those guys try to settle that out. We've got new second placement up there. Brandon Wiley trying to make it happen with 33. Almost a little bit of contact there with a 14 machine. These guys are going to go side by side down the back straightaway for that third position. 14 down low now, as he's going to try to make something happen down there. That's going to be Velasquez. 14 down low is trying to maintain ground as we've got caution flag out on the speedway once again. Camden up there in that 25 machine, upside down. Camden Robustelli, that 25. Looks like all by himself up into the outside wall. And just enough to send him up and over in pirouettes there up on his roof. So tough break for that 25 team as they're going to have to get a toe there off of the racing surface. So up front, still the 5, Ryan Winter. So far, shown that he has speed, but he's not the only one that's shown that he has good speed. Ryan Ziotti up front also. Velasquez is one of the drivers that's able to rock the bottom side here. These guys stacked up, doubled up, ready to go racing once again. Delaware-style start for these guys. A 5 is your control car. Pace car is in. Green flag is back in the air. Ziotti looking for ground down low. Not quite going to be able to get there. Here comes that 17 now. Josh Young looking for ground on that low side. 14 gets shuffled back. They stack up behind him. So far, we're still green. Josh Young trying to fight away for that second position as we've got caution once again. One car around, Ryan Plexico around down there. Looks like a whole mess of cars got piled up. So it started a couple of cars coming down the racetrack, and there were 3, almost 4 wide, in a really close radius to each other, and around goes Plexico, kind of getting the worst end of that whole deal. So tough break for all of those guys involved, but it looked like everybody was able to drive away that time. All those cars will have to restart back in the rear, all cars involved. Still the Ryan and Ryan show out front so far, as it has been pretty much all night tonight. As I know we have a lot of Ryans through the field, they're all flying. Ryan Winter and Ryan Ziotti out front, and Josh Young was really starting to make some ground out there also. We're going to be going racing this time around. It's been switched up to single file as they fired down there out of just before turn 4. His green flag is back in the air. Ziotti looking for ground up high. He's trying to get right to the back bumper, the back Nerf bar of that 5 machine. Josh Young still trying to fight down low as we go caution once again. Big time mess down the back straightaway. We've got one car up and over. That's Gilcrease. See what happened here on replay. Looked like heading down into corner number 2. A little bit of contact there, and oh man, he got up to the outside wall and then hit it a couple of times, and unfortunate there. Cody Spencer involved in that one of the 24, but the worst one is Gilcrease up and over and a hard impact for him. So these guys will slow down to pace speed once again. No change in your top 3. Still Winter, Ziotti, and Young for the top 3. Brandon Wiley made his way up to the 4th position. He started 3rd on the night, so he's down 1 spot trying to get back up there. Darren Brown up there with the rest of these guys also. He'll round out your top 5. So pace car going to be making his way down into pit road this time by. These guys going to continue the trend of the single file restarts here. Ryan Winter still your control car as he fires. Green flag is back in the air. Got everybody off guard there, I do believe. He got the jump off the restart, but don't look now. Here comes Diotti once again. Able to fire down into corner number 1 hard, and he gets right back at the rear nerve bar of that 5 car. As I apologize, I was not live with the rest of the feed there. It's been a rough night for me here tonight, let me tell you. Big, almost attempt at a slider there for Diotti. These guys fighting for position. Diotti gonna try it again. Down low. He's gonna go for the slider. He makes a stick that time. Caution flag is in the air just as he clears. 1 car upside down. Ryan Plexico in that 3. He's had a rough night already on the night. And we go back on replay and watch. Like heading down at a corner number 4, we had 1 car around. That was the 99 in front of him, and just no place to go. Tried to get it turned back around, and a couple of cars made contact with him and sent him up and over. It does not take much for these cars to send one of these things flying. So, lights out on top of the pace truck once again already. Diotti now out front. He's going to be your new control car. Ryan Winter fell back to 2nd. Lap 31 of 40 laps coming this time at the line. The pace truck's going to be pulling into the safety of the infield now. The field's on the throttle. Green flag is back in the air. Diotti makes that high side stick. Rim riding right against that outside wall. Caution flag flies again. 1 car rounds hard. Looks like up into the outside catch fence. We'll go back on replay. The 14 machine. Looks like he went around. He tried to get it back under control, and more contact with a few other vehicles sent him up hard into the outside retaining fence. Unfortunate break for all of those guys involved, but pace car comes out once again and will send the field to a crawl. So laps are ticking by quick. We're already taking 6 laps to go next time we cross the stripe. As the small little bull ring here at Lanier. Lights are out on top of the pace truck here. So 6 laps to go. It'll be 5 to go when these guys come around for the green. Caution laps are counting here in this 40-lap event. Single file restart here once again, as I believe it will be for the remainder of the events. They're on the throttle. Green flag back in the air. Down into corner number 1, Diotti with a big advantage off of that restart this time. Ryan Winter trying to fight back, hang on to that 2nd position. He's got company down low. That's Josh Young in the 17. Just slow rolling it down on the bottom. Trying to get the edge there on that 5 team. Just not quite able to clear him, as it seems to really be working, but just not quite able to clear that 5 car. Now lost a little bit of momentum down at the bottom. The 5, Ryan Winter, going to be able to hang on to that second spot. Ziotti still hanging out up front. He's going to be taking 2 laps to go this time around. 2 to go. Popsicle sticks at the flag stand that time. The 57 crew has been proven to be fast all night tonight. Of course, they've had company from a couple other drivers all night on the nights, but he was able to get around for the lead. Now white flag is in the air, presented by East Coast Motorsports Media. So he's had to fight off a lot of drivers. He's had to fight his way up to the lead. Now this time, down out of corner number 4, your feature winner on the night, 57, Ryan Ziotti. Finishing in 3rd, Ryan Winter. Justin Young finishing 4th. Grenhard finishing 5th. Brown finishing in 5th. That'll round out your top 5. So again, congratulations to Ryan Ziotti, feature winner on the night. Running through the results real quick. Of course, your feature winner on the night, Ryan Ziotti. Ryan Winter finishing 2nd. Josh Young 3rd. Grenhard 4th. Brown finishing in 5th. Crunell finishing in that 6th position. Cody Spencer finishing 7th. 8th is going to be Michael Curry. Richie Luker finishing 9th. And rounding out the top 10 is Mark Hansen. The rest of the results will flash by on your screen. So, I don't believe we will have any post-race interviews here for you tonight, folks. But I'd still want to give a shout-out to our official communication partner of LSRTV, Clan Wars Servers. Again, the official communication partner of LSRTV. We saw a thriller race here tonight. It's a lot of side-by-side and 3-wide action, as this racetrack is known to provide, and of course, a lot of really talented drivers here through the field tonight at the Lanier National Speedway, as I could maybe get around that tongue twister for me, for whatever reason that was. We'd like to thank everybody for coming out and watching with us tonight, and we enjoy having you. Please feel free to like and subscribe, as we appreciate it, and it really helps us out a lot. So from all of us here at LSR TV, myself, Brandon Kreutz, Charles Wooten behind the cameras, we wish you good racing and good night.
This broadcast is the copyrighted work of LSRTV and may not be rebroadcast, retranslated, or used in any form without the express written consent of 52 Media LLC and iRacing.com Motorsports Simulations. LSRTV would like to thank you for your support, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast.